Greetings. I'm Quentin Schultz, author of the book An Essential Guide to Public Speaking. An Essential Guide to Public Speaking. I've been speaking for many years, and I thought I would launch this YouTube stream on my channel and dedicate it to those of you who want to become better public speakers. Now, my first topic is probably the most difficult topic I will address in this series. The fear of public speaking. The fear of public speaking. Some people call it the anxiety, the nervousness. Let me tell you something. I have suffered from it mightily. In fact, there's probably nobody that you could meet who is less likely ever to become a successful public speaker than me. I remember when I first went to college and I had to do some classroom presentations, I was scared out of my mind. Diarrhea, bad diarrhea. Panic attacks. I figured I couldn't do this. Even a group presentation where I shared the front of the classroom with others, I couldn't do it. It was just terrible trying to get through that. I had horrible dreams and nightmares and all. So I know if you have any level of anxiety about public speaking, I know exactly what you're going through. And I still have some of it. 40 plus years later, and I've spoken to groups as large as 15,000 people. But I learned along the way how to deal with it. And I have helped hundreds and hundreds of other people, my college students, preachers, speakers, CEOs. I've helped all kinds of people get over most of the fear of public speaking. I say most of the fear because you don't want to get rid of all of it. You want a little bit of anxiety. It actually helps you. It helps you get ready, get excited to have a little bit of anxiety about it. But how do you get the anxiety down? How do you get that level down? Well, here's the secret that very few successful public speakers talk about. The secret is slow desensitization. Slow desensitization. You get over the anxiety and the fear of public speaking a bit at a time, and get this, you don't do it with all kinds of public speaking. You start in your everyday conversation with people. That's right. So if you go out, let's say, for lunch or breakfast with a friend, you start doing a little bit of presenting in that intimate context where you have less anxiety. What do? Well, you tell a story from your life. Stories are the fabric out of which we weave most of our public speaking and many of our conversations too. So you simply tell a story about your life when it's appropriate, when it's fitting for the situation. And then you start doing that with larger and larger groups. So maybe you're out with a group of friends one evening for dinner, for drinks, for coffee, or maybe you're getting together in a business meeting and someone asks you a question about something, and in that context you begin to talk a little bit about your work, the results of your work. You put it in the context of a little story about yourself. Because I'll tell you, learning to tell stories to other people, even one-on-one, one-on-two, small groups, will open you up, start to give you the self-confidence that you need to become a fine public speaker. So the trick is slow desensitization over time. And the way you get there is by telling the stories of your life, the reports of things you have to report on at work, in larger and larger groups, until you get to the point where perhaps you're in a group of 20 or 30 people. And you have to stand up in front of them and you say, here's what I think about something and why you think about it, and you frame it in terms of a story. This is the real secret to overcoming fear and anxiety in public speaking. And I tell you this, if you begin doing this with larger and larger groups, the fears will begin to subside, and you will suddenly find yourself becoming the kind of public speaker that you never ever thought that you could become. It will happen. Please subscribe to this channel. I'll be putting together many, many helpful videos. If you think it's appropriate, please pick up a copy of my book, An Essential Guide to Public Speaking. I'll put a little link down below for that. And if I can help you in any other way with specific questions, just post them down below or go to my website. There's a link below to my website, and you can communicate directly with me there as well. Thanks for tuning in to the first of my series on public speaking. Yes, you can overcome the fear and anxiety. Tell those stories to larger and larger groups, stories from your own life, and you will slowly become desensitized to what can otherwise be horrible anxiety. I've been there, I know. Thank you.